Hi, welcome to my workshop. Hopefully you can see the chaos. So this is before. I mean, there's literally a pile of stuff. Eventually this will need a new roof, this workshop. It leaks like a sieve, unfortunately, which is why I need to sort of get tidy, because this is just a terrible state of affairs. I'm trying to find a good angle. I think up in the corner there might be good. Right, let's see what we can do with this. Well, that looks pretty good. All right. Now I've got to tidy it. Well, it's a lot better. It's still terrible. I've still got all this to sort out. But another day, I reckon we'll be there. Call it a night. I'm off for a run now. Gonna go to the workshop now, carry on tidying. I think maybe after today it should be pretty good, and then I can start my foundry build. So here's the workshop. That's the woodshed, and here's the workshop. Loads to be done still. It's going to be very dark. Let me just change the aperture. I tell you what, I love this. I bought a new lens the other day, and this is nearly pitch black in here. It's a prime lens. It's got no autofocus, no communication with the camera whatsoever, but it is a bloody brilliant lens. Okay, put the lights on. Also, that needs fixing one day. That is daylight coming in. Here's my steel stockpile. This is a post basher I built. One of the arms fell off. That was the first thing I ever made welding, and it wasn't done very well, so I need to repair that at some point. Oh, that's better. Bit of lighting. I've got all this stuff to sort through. Look at this bin of stuff. I've got to sort through these one day, and I'm going to try and put these. I've got lots of spare kitchen units that I managed to get on eBay, so I'm going to put those up on the wall at some point. And there's my welding area. I'm terrible at welding, but practice makes perfect. Right. Listening to an ebook today. I've joined a book club. Oh, okay, so hasn't been a day, but it's certainly been 4 or 5 hours. We have the middle clear, and I'm just laying out my tools as I come across them. So I've been collecting these tools for the last 20 years or so, and as we've done up houses and then sold them, and then done up another house and sold them, and you kind of pick up tools as you go. So I've got 20 years worth of tools. Plus also my father-in-law died about 18 months ago, and I inherited some tools. So that's what some of the big pile in the middle was. But that's looking a lot better. So this is still to be done. But now, all these are getting actual, if I want something, I should be able to find it, because I'm sort of slowly putting things back in the right places. Who wouldn't want a toilet under a bench? I haven't taken the toilet out. I don't know if I can be bothered. I'll just flush it once a month to keep the water in it. So here, I'm just going to put up some 2 long battens there on these telegraph pole uprights. I'm going to put a lamp, have that dangling here, but on the uprights I'm going to put 2 beams. I'm going to go to the woodshed and see if I've got something suitable. I should have. And then onto those 2 beams I'm going to screw as many cupboards as I can fit up there, because I think having cupboard space is the key here. Suddenly it's pitch black. Here we go. Push up. Okay, lights. Right, day 3. I know it's overexposed. Right, I really want this to be the last day. I've just creosoted this beam because I noticed there was sort of fungal growth on the bottom of it. I think it's an old telegraph pole. I'm just going to put that little cupboard up, then carry on tidying. This bench is all done. Then I'll work my way down. I've still got to fix this properly. I mean, it works, but it's fairly unsafe, as you can see. There's about 5 kilograms of random nuts and bolts to sort out. And then I've got to sort that bench out. Then I've got to sort that bench out. And then I've got to put all these things back in their kind of forever homes. But hopefully I'm going to get that all done today. Let's put you over here. Just come from Japan. It's a lens adapter. If I can take that off. My hands are a bit greasy, so this will expand because it's such a wide angle lens. If I want to put an ND filter which takes the brightness down, I have to use a very large filter. My hand is like this size, and the lens is this size, and this is my hand. You can still see it. You can still see the ends of my fingers, even though I'm nearly around the lens. So I have to stick a huge, great adapter. So it's got small one on that side, big on that side. Let's see. Nice. Very good. Now, I don't think that will fit in there anymore. No. Frames arrived. Day early. That's so cool. I've got to paint it now. I've got a customer waiting. So I'm just going to turn this off. Knackered. So this last 3 days, I think I'm about 3/4 of the way through now, so it's not too bad. But it's been tricky. My wife and I, we did used to live in Cornwall, and we were sort of living out our dream down there. Anyway, things weren't quite as amazing as we thought they would be, partly because of the place we were living, but I think also realistically and in hindsight, we were financially struggling, and we struggle less now, and that has made a fair bit of difference to us. But we didn't have any other family down there, and my wife's dad, her mum and dad, live near here, or sort of 40 minutes away. But her dad got really ill with cancer, and we decided to move back up this way, which is Suffolk. It's a good sort of, I think it's about 350 miles. Anyway, we did several trips with lorries and things, and we rented a house sort of 20 minutes from here, and we sold our place in Cornwall. Unfortunately, at the time, it was during a bit of a lull in the housing market, and I don't know, we didn't get a great price for our house, but we moved here and we loved it. We've just absolutely loved it ever since. And let me get you level. So anyway, we moved here to look after my wife's dad, and if the worst came to the worst, look after my wife's mum. Anyway, miraculously, or it wasn't a miracle, modern medicine being what it is, he made a full recovery, and lived for another 4 or 5 years and died a year and a bit ago from something, I think, that was not related to his initial diagnosis. And I inherited, well, I inherited is too strong a word. I got all his stuff from his workshop that he hadn't, he when he got ill for the final time and was rushed to hospital, he just downsized, and so he had a huge workshop. You know, he had tractors and forklift trucks and proper agricultural engineering type stuff. And so as he was getting on, and his wife was also getting on a bit, they decided to downsize, and fortunately for everybody, I think they downsized just before he got ill. And so he'd already kind of reduced all his tools, and he bought a lovely little bungalow for him and his wife, about 45 minutes or 40 minutes from here, and was planning on sort of making a little tiny, smaller version of a workshop. And unfortunately he died pretty suddenly. So I've inherited, I mean, most of these tools here, most of these things, I don't even know what they are. I mean, I've got a little tub full of plastic things. I mean, this is a lifetime's worth of fixing things and collecting stuff. I mean, I've got a tub here full of springs. I mean, I probably won't ever use many of them, but it's nice to have. But look at all these spanners. These aren't even a fifth of the spanners. Anyway, it's been a bit emotional. It's been sad. It's been exhausting these last few days, going through everything. Because I basically, when he died, his wife, my wife's mum, needed some space at her house, and said, come and get his workshop stuff. Some of his friends took some things, and when he downsized, he sold off quite a few things and gave some of his mates some nice tools. But for the last year, because we had done up our house 2 years ago, I'd kind of done lots of little projects in here and to do with doing up the house, and it just got really messy in here. So when it came time to put Charlie, my father-in-law's stuff, in here, it just became a big pile, a big mountain in the middle, like you saw. And I kind of forgot about it. But it's been, I don't know, he was a very clever guy. And I don't know, inevitably you start thinking about how long you've got left on this world when you sort of remember people that have died. And it's made me think, you know, stop wasting time. I mean, I always think that I don't waste time, but there are always moments when you do. I'm pretty good at filling my time with useful stuff. But there's useful, long-lasting useful, and then there's useful for you for that week. And I don't know, it's been a tricky one. I'm not particularly down about it, but it's certainly made me thoughtful, and it's been a bit of a struggle. All these tools, I don't know what they are. Not necessarily because they're worth anything, but because they were important to Charlie, and I might never know what they are. I mean, look. Just what I needed. I saw a brilliant one earlier. Anyway, I've been, I mean, things like this. Look at this. So there's a spanner back there that I can't find now that was bent that way and then also bent sideways. So that must have been working on some tractor and he couldn't get to a bolt. That's another thing. Being the age I am and being the age he was, most of his tools, well, most of his older interesting tools are imperial. And he's got, you know, quite a bit of metric stuff because he was good with his hands and used to fix modernish stuff like lawnmowers became his big hobby. He likes proper nice sit-on lawnmowers, and I don't think there was anything mechanical he couldn't fix. Anyway, I'd love to try and get in the spirit of that and learn a few things, but I'm a realist. I've only got so much time, but I'm going to try and be a bit more practical when it comes to mechanical stuff. Anyway, I've got to go through all of that stuff. I've got so many spanners and things now that before I could just have them all in a drawer in this chest that the camera's sat on, but now I've got 3 trays full, so I think I'm going to separate into metric, imperial, things like that. I might even just kind of put into long-term storage the stuff that's probably not that useful. Some of the bigger imperial stuff is useful. I've got a David Brown tractor next door that is I think it's 1972 or 3, just a bit older than me, and that is all imperial. So I thought I'd be done today. I think that's what's got me a little bit down. There's so much stuff still, and I think because I'm trying to do such a good job and literally start afresh with a brand new workshop, custom built and purpose made for me, that I just haven't realised how many tools a 70-year-old man or 80-year-old man had gathered. Anyway, I can hear my wife coming now. Look at this thing. Well, that's really interesting. It's broken, but check. Oops. Okay, so obviously you can't see anything. If I go like that, I don't know, maybe it's not. Maybe it's too bright. Crazy. I think that's all I can handle for today. Bye. Back in a bit more. Good girl. Ooh. Overexposed again. I'm gonna have to get there. There we go. Okay. Day 4. Day 5. Actually, I don't know what day it is. This bloody shed tidy thing. Kind of glad I recorded it because who'd have thought it would have taken so bloody long. Right. Back at the shed. Day 5. I'm sorry, I'm really bad at accents. Here we go. I really want to get this done today. I'm not sure I will. I've had loads of work to do this morning and it's already 2 o'clock. So I've probably only got another 4 hours on this. My wife's working late tonight, so I might be able to pull a slightly longer evening session on it, but I really want this to be over because I want to do stuff. There's a foundry I need to make. Anyway, let me show you progress, or lack of. I think I put my shelf a little high. I can hardly reach it. I don't know why, I feel obliged to wave when I look at the camera after I've just put it down. I'm an idiot. Okay. Hi. Oh my god, so tired. I have just put up this bit of ply, this bit of ply, and this bit of ply. Now, it's taken me ages, and the reason is my workshop is covered in these crazy panels that are, well, my whole workshop is falling apart, but some stick out, some are falling off, some aren't, and it's very hard to find out where solid beams are behind. Anyway, these are now up and they're solid enough to hang tools on. So, finally, I think I've done enough kind of organizational prep so that I can clear up this pile of tools and kind of start putting stuff on these walls. Whether they end up staying there or not, I don't know, but I can start hanging tools and putting them away. And I'm so pleased about this. Finally, here, my castable refractory. Whoop whoop. Because I'm a bit short of cash at the moment, I had to wait for nearly 3 weeks for some really good value Vitcas. They do some castable refractory up to 1700 degrees centigrade, and it's obviously, you know, great stuff. It is what it's advertised at, but I found a place that also sells castable refractory 1700, and because it was over half price, I mean, like, it was way less than half price. I mean, it was, the Vitcas stuff was nearly £45 for 25 kilos, and this stuff came from casting supplies, and it was £17 for 25 kilograms. And so I'm really chuffed, but it took me 3 weeks. But it's meant that in the 3 weeks I was waiting, I got off my backside and actually tidied my workshop. So maybe tomorrow might be my last day. Woo! I have been saying that for nearly a week, but I really hope that is the case. Oh, and when I got bored of tidying, I may have shown you this already. Oh, I've got some serious splinters, metal splinters. Look at this crazy contraption. Look at that baby. I don't know if it's in focus or not. Probably not. But basically it comes down off there, and I can hinge it here. I can hinge it here, put my camera on it. Very pleased with that. But anyway, for now, to give me the widest shot possible, I'm going to put my camera there. It's basically done. Oh, finally. It's basically done. Oh my God. Oh my God. This has been epic. And if I'd have known it was going to take this long, I would never have done it. I'd have just burnt this whole place to the ground. It has been horrible. Still, look at the centre of this workshop. Completely clear. It has honestly taken nearly 2 weeks of maybe 4 to 5 hours every day in here. But anyway, let me just take you through it all. I still haven't put tools on there because I don't really know which bench is for what yet. But what I have done is gone through every single tool and decided whether it's useful. From about here to there is about 40 kilos of nuts and bolts that need sorting. I just can't face it now. I want to do something fun in this workshop next, and I think that'll be building my foundry. Still stuff to be sorted, but at least it's tidy. I can find things now. My metalworking bench is finally free of rubbish, swept, looking fine. Welder, storeroom is looking good. This is going to be my sort of drilling and possibly the casting area. I don't know. I haven't even tried casting yet. I'm looking forward to it though. But I've put in loads of lights. All these lights have been put in by me. And of course the awesome filming kind of, what do you call that? Swing arm? I don't know. I keep hitting my head on it, which is why I put yellow tape around it. And then I've got just another bench of stuff. And of course, the toilet in the corner. I should have got rid of it, but I just didn't have the time. Here is my recycle tub. And I'm hoping there's a couple of kilos worth of copper in there in the wiring. And loads of old brass fittings and stuff that I've had and have been recycling. Here's some of my burner experiments that I'll be showing you guys soon. The next thing I do though will be building the foundry. I cannot wait. Out there, you can't see, but about 30 yards in the darkness is about 6 big gas canisters. I'm going to take one of the big ones, the sort of 5 foot high ones, and I'm going to cut that down into the foundry. But anyway, this is basically it. This is the after. Let me go into one corner so you can appreciate the space. Woo! Can't believe it. What a project. I've still got some wiring to do. I've got sockets to put in and another light, another eBay purchase. I bought these lights on eBay. A guy was dismantling an office block in Norwich, and he had 1,000 of these, or a good 800 to 1,000 of those, and I bought them for £3 each. And I think I bought 30, and I gave about 10 to my father-in-law. I kept about 10, and I gave another 10 to sort of people over the years that have just wanted good lights. And they came with bulbs and wires. Literally all you had to do is put a plug on it, and that's what I've been doing. But I've now finally wired these ones, 2 light switches. It would be nice to have both light switches in the same place, but another time. I hope you guys have enjoyed my Christmassy hat. I'm so chuffed. I'm so looking forward to doing the foundry build. Check out my little Lego. An art channel I follow, Chloe Rose Arts, did a really fun video recently about just do something silly and not care. And I started, I've been toying with this logo for a month or 2 on the computer, and I just started drawing it out on this, it's actually an old estate agent sign. On the back is an old for sale sign. And that was a bit of fun, and now it's turned into my new Lego, and I love it. So thank you, Chloe Rose. Right, this is my workshop. Next time you see it, it'll either be awesome or it'll be burnt to the ground, because my furnace or forge or foundry, what's the difference, has caught the whole place alight. Bye! For a little bit of fun, and as a reward for staying and watching someone tidy their workshop, let me just do something to celebrate. So here we've got a little bit of a burner experiment. Well, I'll do it properly in another video, but this is really fun. Oh, it's falling over.